Hi everyone, it's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and in this video we're going to make a card where the main image is embossed. And so I'm using these images from the Yuletide Village stamp set. I have them mounted on a clear block, and you can see that one is partially hung over the edge, but I won't need that for this strip of 5.5 inch of red cardstock. So I'm going to take some Versamark ink and ink up all these images, and then we're going to stamp on the red so that we can white emboss it. So first, you could see that I did brush my embossing buddy over it so that the embossing powder will not stick in the extra places and just on the Versamark stamp. So I'll sprinkle some white embossing powder over the top, flick off some of the excess, and then we're going to heat emboss with our heat tool. Now when you're heat embossing, you want to just heat it enough to emboss the image. So you can tell when it's ready because it gets a brighter white and a little shiny. And so we're going to do that with these two Christmas trees on Garden Greens cardstock as well. And then also go ahead and stamp our sentiment that will go on the outside of the card. So now we have a piece of designer paper, and I'm using the reverse side with two strips cut off of that piece. It was from a 6x6 pad, and the reverse side is going to be the contrasting piece that borders our embossed images so that it stands out from the green designer paper that we're using as our layer on the card front. So you can see it stands out nicely and the colors go well with that red and white embossed image. So next we're going to take our trees and cut those out. And to make a smaller tree, what I'll do is just cut one a little shorter. So I cut off some of the embossing so that I could have two sizes of trees. So there you can see I cut it shorter using some dimensional adhesive, and I'll stick that between those other two sets of houses. So next I'll tie our ribbon on. I chose white. It'll stand out nicely against that green and red. And for this, I'm going to use this to anchor the sentiment for the outside that we embossed on that green cardstock. So I'm going to use some linen thread, and I'm going to cut off the excess of that green and then punch a hole in the end there. I'll loop that linen thread through that hole, and then I'm just going to simply tie it onto the ribbon that's already on the card front layer. So now we have the inside of the card, and I'm going to simply stamp a sentiment saying Merry Christmas in the garden green cardstock. And to add a little bit of interest there, I decided to take those same houses, but this time just stamp them in the garden green in the lower right corner. So to finish it, we're going to just glue it on the inside and use some adhesive there, and then we can put our layer on the outside that's already finished, and it's going to be ready to go. So you can use embossing to make a fun accent for your card. I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you will visit my website at inkandinspirations.com. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care. Bye-bye.